So, spawning in the top right-hand position as the purple Zerg, it is Heusa. And his opponent, down to the bottom right, the yellow Protoss, it's Cube. This is the ESL Starbow tournament, and well, for anyone wondering what it's all about, let me explain. Starbow is a mod for StarCraft 2. It's in the arcade. It's a super awesome game, and basically it's a mashup of StarCraft Brood War and StarCraft 2. Lots of cool units, lots of cool strategies, variety of different builds. The general theme though is fights last longer, there's no hard counters, and generally being more aggressive is rewarded. Defensive is still good though. High ground advantage is huge. Attacking from low ground onto high ground gives you a 50% chance to just miss the attack altogether. For a low attack speed unit, that is pretty huge and can really swing the way a fight goes. But yeah, for the moment we've had some cool games. Economy is also a little bit different because, well, up on each worker you do get an additional 3 resources per trip. So rather than getting 5 minerals per trip with these drones, you get 8. That's obviously a good increase. It means that with an additional mineral field in each of your bases too, you can get a pretty fun time. Anyway, we do have a spawning pool first coming down here. Hatchery following straight up. Notice there's no high ground at either the main base or going here in towards basically your naturals. So there's no high ground advantage on this map. That's something important to note, as the 50% miss chance can be huge. It is a 4-player spawn map as well, so for the moment these two just checking around everywhere that they could be. Not scouting each other for a while. It looks like Heusa is going to be the first person to scout down now. Just coming with the Overlord. Overlord's pretty slow, very slow. It's a little bit frustrating. But also Overseer is just as slow unless you get numerized carapace. We do have here Cadrian's Citadel. Cadrian's Citadel rather, and what this does is it allows Nexus to chrono boost and also recall. Very important upgrade. It looks awesome as well. Wait till you see what happens to this Nexus when it gets it. Just slowly appears. There we go. Nice little model enhancement. Anyway, this is all looking good. Third base coming down for Heusa as well, so pretty much a safe, normal build. Getting that third, critical though in Starbow, because the extra mineral patches with the enhanced resource gathering rate is really cool. A neat little fact that my good friend Penguin discovered when we were playing Starbow last night, which he threw out there, is in Starbow, getting 8 minerals per patch actually gives you more than a gold base gives you in vanilla StarCraft 2. Just gives you an idea of how important these bases are and how much income they provide you with. Even on just one mining base at the moment, they're both mining considerable amounts. Heusa is a little low on his worker count currently, and that's because he seems to be quite low on queens much of the time. He really needs to work on his queen injects. Quite essential that you get those, especially in Starbow, because queen injects work differently than in vanilla StarCraft 2. Rather than giving you 4 lava after 40 seconds, they increase lava production rate by 65%. But there's still only a maximum of 3 idle lava per hatchery, which means that your macro really has to be upped a bit. Hydrogen is coming down a lot earlier than we've seen previously. Hydras aren't that great up against Zealots because Hydralisks deal explosive damage, and as a result of that, they deal 100% damage to armored, such as Dragoons, but they'll only deal 50% damage to light. So they're very ineffective against Zealots, who still deal full damage to them. They can still kite Zealots if they do have muscular augments, which isn't going to be the first upgrade. The first upgrade coming down from Heusa at the moment is going to be Groove Spines that increased range. The reason that's important is because in game number 1, Cube maxed out, or he didn't max out, but he got a huge number of Corsairs out. Corsairs are an anti-air unit, and basically they deal huge damage to any armored flying unit. That includes Overlords, and basically what Cube's strategy was kill all the Overlords and laugh all the time. Oneling managed to sneak past this wall for the moment. Is going to be able to get some great scouting information. Sees 2 very important structures. The robotics bay does not mean Colossi though. What it means is Reavers. 1 already there. Reavers can deal huge damage with Scarabs. Scarabs cost 15 minerals. They deal a massive amount of damage, and even though they've got quite a long cooldown to be used and have to be made, they're still very, very effective, especially when combined with a Warp Prism, and you then drop the Reavers, which are very slow to move around, buy a manure field, and then start splashing drones. It's super cool. So Reavers actually deal 80 damage per hit with 9 range, although they do have a 4.33 weapon speed, so very slow attacking. Now, for the moment, we've got some Dragoons and a few Zealots making their way across the map. The Twilight Council coming down behind this is most likely to be for charge, which is essential. The Hydras are starting to spawn. Hydras, remember, very effective up against Dragoons, but obviously not individually. Zealots are more effective against Hydralisks. Hydralisks' explosive damage do deal a lot of damage. And they also deal... Oh, wait, hang on. Hydralisks deal 3 additional damage versus biological air units. Okay, so against Mutalisks is basically where they work really well. So yeah, Hydras now pushing back. Dragoons taking a significant amount of damage at the moment, having to retreat. But the Reaver drop is getting queued up. 2 Reavers are there. They've got 5 Scarabs each, and once they start getting dropped, that can be devastating. Heusa currently staying very low in supply. One thing you will notice in Starbow games is generally supplies are lower because players are being more aggressive. And in they go. These Hydralisks trying to get a couple more snipes off, trying to deal a few more damage. And yeah, Dragoons, I believe, someone's just asking Twitch chat, are Dragoons fully symmetrical in Starbow? And I know they weren't in Broodlore, but I'm not actually sure. I think they are 100% symmetrical. They appear to be. Anyway, Reaver's getting a couple of shots off. Unfortunately, the Warp Prism taking significant amounts of damage. The Reaver just gets dropped down in time. Nice little shot from that Reaver. Able to get the Scarab into flight, sniping out 2 of those Hydralisks. Good times there. Meanwhile, Hydras have managed to get into the main base of Cube, who is still only on 1 base compared to the 3 of Heusa, and Cube is going to lose quite a few workers now, unfortunately. Down to only 12 compared to the 19, but Dragoons counter-attacking. 8 workers killed by Heusa at the moment, but the 3rd Hatchery taking some damage. Having the Hydralisks there is going to be good, especially now they've got muscular augments. They can trade a lot easier, they can get in position a lot easier, and they will force Cube back for the moment. More Dragoons though, reinforcing, not going to help too much. However, this Reaver will help if he can get the shot off. Is able to hit 1 Hydralisk. Good split by Heusa there. Getting the big hit down is very important. Warp Prism acting as a little pick up and drop, but the Hydra's managing to snipe down the Reaver before it gets a chance. Cube unfortunately losing all of his Dragoons, and with that his army supply is pretty much gone. Cube GG's out. And well, we get Heusa going 2-1 in this semi-final and would advance forward to